Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Craig Rubenstein. I practice both in Medford, Long Island, and on 46th Street in Manhattan. I recently put out a video about enhancing your immune system, and one of the portions was about sleep and how important it is, but I also went through a number of different sleep issues and what they may relate to. I had gotten a number of people who were very curious to know more about how the acupuncture system relates to sleep issues, and I spoke about how there are certain times of day and night that relate to different energy circuits or meridians. So the title here is Sleep and the Acupuncture Horary Cycle. The Horary Cycle is a cycle created within a part of acupuncture called the 5-element theory. And we will go into that a little further as we go. But one of the main things I've noticed over the past 30 years is that typically the emotions play a major role. This slide talks about the midday, midnight law and the 5 elements law. On the right-hand side, you'll see circles of different colors. Each color represents what's called an element in acupuncture. It might be the water element or the wood element. And these are important because they contain the different meridians. If we look at the green circle, we'll see the gallbladder and the liver. If we look at the blue circle, we'll see bladder and we'll see kidney. That's the water element. The different lines and arrows basically discuss or try to get you to understand how there is an interaction between these different elements. In the middle, we see 2 different circles or wheels, which give you an idea as to what each element can relate to. One may relate to a particular smell or taste or season. When we look at the larger circle to the left, this is where we really get into the horary cycle, and you'll see each color is divided into 2, and each one of those segments relate to a different acupuncture circuit or meridian. This slide shows us the 2-hour energy segments. Each 2-hour segment has been related to a different acupuncture circuit or meridian. If we take a look, you can see starting at 11 p.m. at night and ending at 1 a.m. up near the top of the chart in green, you'll see the letters GB and then numbers 41. GB stands for gallbladder. The next 1 to 3, LR, relates to liver. And the next one, LU, from 3 to 5 in the morning, relates to the lung. These are going to be some of the more important meridians and time segments that we will discuss. Again, in this slide, we will see how the day is divided up into segments. We can see at the top it says midnight, and above it again you'll see GB41. This time you will see the actual horary point. The horary point is a point on each of the meridians that relates to the specific 2-hour time segment. So here we see gallbladder number 41 on the foot specifically relates to 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. As you go around the circle, you can see each of the horary points on each of the meridians that relate to its own 2-hour time segment. This slide, although not very clear, is a blow-up of the last one to show the important time segments or meridians that give people most of their sleep issues when this is their problem. So let's review what someone might say and how we could say this must be related to these 2-hour time segments and the horary cycle. If someone comes in and says, I don't know, doc, it seems like if I try to go to sleep anywhere around 11 o'clock, I just can't fall asleep until 1. Now, classically, that would be the gallbladder acupuncture circuit that was at fault. Other people will say, I fall asleep just fine, but I wake up at 1 o'clock and have a rough time falling back to sleep. Maybe I get back to bed by 3 in the morning. That would relate to liver. The most common one is someone says, I don't know, for the last 6 months, I've been getting up at 3 in the morning and sometimes not getting back to bed until 5. When they give me this scenario, I usually say to them, well, who died? And it's amazing that 80% of the time they will say something like, oh my God, I can't believe it. My mother just passed away, or my brother, or my aunt, or someone else that was very close to them, or even their dog or their cat. Now, once in a while, it's not the death of someone, but it could be the death of something else. It could be a firing from a job. It could be a foreclosure on a home. It could be a divorce or some other major loss that they're now grieving. With the idea that they now understand there's an emotional component, that sometimes in and of itself can be helpful. And then if we show them the actual acupuncture point, the horary point on that meridian for them to treat before they go to bed, and if they happen to wake up at that time again, to treat the point again by rubbing or tapping. This can be incredibly helpful. When it isn't, then a much deeper acupuncture treatment might be necessary by an acupuncturist. I hope this was insightful. If you have any questions, you could always text me at 631-766-3041 or send me an email at askdrrubenstein@gmail.com. Okay, look forward to some questions and comments. Be well.